Hello and welcome back to another episode of PopCulture Rex, and we are back with our favourite Swedes to bring us more history.
Don't make me say Freddie Lundberg again.
As we are back with Sabaton and the title track of Carolus Rex. Carolus Rex.
I believe we're
Um,
going even further back in history than I'm used to because
yes.
has everything we've done so far been World War One and onwards? Have we done anything that's
Yeah,
that's further back
it,
than that?
no, everything so far has been World War One or World War Two related, or
Yeah.
Italia '94 as a
Yes.
guest spot.
Yes. I forgot about
But
that.
yeah, so we are going back into ancient Swedish history with this one of the King Carolus.
I think I had assumed that everything was going to be World War One and onwards, but I'm very intrigued by going further back. Like we
Yes,
talked to obviously that they their songs are other than the Italian '94, which I guess is history, but put that one to one side. Like this kind of lean to historical stuff, but I think because we played in more familiar times, or certainly more familiar from history would have been taught at school. But yeah, I didn't realise that we're going to go back. So yeah, I'm very intrigued. I've got no frame of reference for what what Sweden was like in the 1600s, although I guess probably not too different from any country that had sort of a feudal king system. So maybe I'll be more familiar with it than I thought I would be.
there was dysentery, people living in swill, poor people, and very few people that had all the stuff.
Nothing changes really, does it?
No,
No, no. Just they're not called kings anymore. They're just called politicians or businessmen.
yes. So, shall we get some Swedish history on?
Yep, let's do this.
All embrace me. It's my time to rule at last. 15 years have I been waiting to sit up on my throne. No allegiance, I will swear no oath. Crowned by God, not by the church, as my power is divine. They thought I was too young to rule the land. Yes, they failed to understand or to rule. My time has come. I was chosen by heaven. Say my name when you pray to the skies. See Carolus rise. With the Lord my protector. Make them bow to my will. To the skies. See Carolus rise. To the skies. my decree. My will be done. They thought I was too young to rule the land, just as they failed to understand how to rule. My time is now. I was chosen by heaven. Say my name when you pray to the skies. See Carolus Rex. To the skies. To the skies. See Carolus Rex. To the skies. See Carolus Rex.
So, Mr. Seddon, do you feel that you now know about King Calorus and how he was given his divine power to be king?
I think I know a bit more. Um, Funny enough, it's one of the things I was going to say is I don't know whether this is going to come across as a criticism of the song, but I think I'm more interested in reading more about King Carolus than I am listening to the song again, and that's not meant as an insult to the song. I do. Um, I got a real reverence from that, and I know that often songs written about monarchs, certainly national anthems that sing like our one, for
Yeah.
example, are oft with reverence. But I think it's rare, or this is my first experience anyway, of someone in recent times writing a reverence song about a member of the monarchy from hundreds of years ago, and it's made me kind of very intrigued to read more about what it was that made Carolus resonate with modern times, certainly in a modern time where, and you know, I'm only doing this from the experience of the UK, where I would say the love of the monarchy is on a steep decline, not a rise. So yeah, it has made me really intrigued to find out more. And I mean, I pick up from there. Obviously, like you got the part about him being considered too young, and also the more lean to kings being chosen, or considered to be chosen by God rather than the church, which I think historically was oft leaned upon, but more backed by the church. But lots of talk about born in battle. So I had a quick squiz through at some of the notes on Genius about some of that, and successful period of confrontation, shall we say, in Swedish history.
Yes.
But yeah, made me very interested to find out more about Swedish monarchy and this dude in particular, Charles,
Yes.
in English parlance.
So I have known the song since it came out. It's one of the. It's at this point I was in on my Sabaton and I was sort of getting stuff as it came out. Um, this album, there are two versions of it. There's a English version, and then they also did an. They issued a version full in Swedish,
Yeah,
and this song I actually prefer the Swedish version because it's got a bit more oomph and gravitas to it in
okay, yeah,
Swedish. Um, but yeah, I love this song. When I saw him on this tour, they played the Waterfront in Norwich, and randomly went, "So we're going to play Carolus Rex. Do you want it in English or Swedish?" And the crowd went, "We want it in Swedish," which they were
yeah.
just shocked. There was like, okay,
I think after this, I think I will myself. I'll go away and listen to it in Swedish. I'm quite interested to hear it.
but yeah, it is one of those of I love when I do it live. It it is you sort of saying it. I didn't think of it that way. It's like a national anthem. It's got that sort of gravitas and
Yeah,
pomp and circumstance and like
Yeah.
that those sort of things have. And yeah, it is one of those where it doesn't need to be about the battle of the song or some terrible battle that has happened in World War One or two. They give even this sort of thing the right level of oomph and
Gravitas, isn't it? It's kind of
gravitas that
rousing music, isn't it? I like quite often when I listen to him, and even in this one, I found myself going, if someone made a movie of Charles or Carolus, this is going straight in the soundtrack, and not just because it's named after it, is it? Like you could really hear it pumping along in a historical epic.
yeah. Yeah, I fucking love this. Um,
I always like to bring things back to wrestling, so I had a quick look
yes.
while you were chatting there to see if there's a couple of Carolus Rex facts, and I got to his full title as the King of Sweden was as follows. I'm not going to read it because I've just counted 50 words in his full title, and it ain't even halfway through. So, the boy knew how to do his entrances. Like, God, the ring announcer would have been there for days.
So for us, we'll just call him Carolus Rex.
I mean, so it starts off with Sovereign and Supreme Lord. I mean, it's a decent start, isn't it? So,
He's letting you know where his fucking bread is buttered on that one.
yeah, and just to sort of flip back, I'm hitting about 50% hit rate of liking Sabaton songs to just right, and I think this one sits somewhere between somewhere between closer to the I like it, but one of the things that they oft do, and I said earlier, is make me interested in the subject matter, and I think I said beforehand, got used to them playing in World War One and World War Two, and an area which we are more familiar with because our school system is so close.
Yeah.
Going into a period of history that I have no knowledge of, really, it's got its hooked into me a little bit. I will got a long train journey tomorrow. I think I'll be doing some reading up on the Swedish monarchy.
Ah. So as always, YouTube things like subscribing bells, comments down there. Let us know. Obviously, if you
Who's
have
your
heard
favourite Swedish king?
that, and also if you have heard the Swedish version, which one is your preferred
Yeah.
in English or in Swedish? Um, as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.